I was a little kid. I got beat up all the time. I got pushed around, and I retreated more and more into myself. When kids start doing that, they start getting some pretty inappropriate thoughts, and as they grow up, that can lead to things like suicide. If only one kid gets something out of this, if only one kid decides to turn his life around because of this, I win. Put your hands out nice and flat. Now, how many has she got there? Three. If I were to take one, put it inside my hand, how many's in my hand? Well, if you're going to watch that carefully, I can't do the three. But if I take these two and put them in my pocket, how many's in my pocket? Two. Put one hand on the bottom, one hand on the top. Don't crush it though. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Go. Open up your hands and show them that you have made it disappear, and give her a round of applause. Thank you very much, Laura. I started doing magic in 1966, so I was about. Well, in 1966, I did my first birthday party, my own birthday party. I was 8 years old. So it does go back, my roots go back, probably 6 or 7 years old when I tried to learn. And I got into magic because I used to see magicians on Ed Sullivan. On Sundays, our family got around the TV, that's what we did. We watched Ed Sullivan. And it was a variety show. They had magic and music and jugglers and ventriloquists, and it was the best of the best. I mean, everyone from the Beatles and the Rolling Stones all the way to some of the great magicians of the time. And every week that I watched, I wanted to do that, and I tried, of course. I didn't know how it was done, so I failed. My mom finally took pity on me. She took me to a local library, the West Kildonan Library. At that time, it had just been built. There was one book that actually taught tricks, and I took that book. It was called Magic of the World by John Mulholland. I learned every single trick in that book. That became my first show. And this is where I learned about telling story to further the trick. We don't want it to, I use the term trick, and it's really the worst possible word you can use. Because if you trick someone, it just fosters animosity. It's a ha-ha, I fooled you, I'm better than you. Whereas I want the exact opposite effect. By telling story, by communicating, we're both on the same level. We're experiencing real magic together. Yeah, it's a trick, but if you're a real magician, you're like an actor playing the part of a guy who can do amazing, impossible things. But I want to show that anyone can do this, and I'm gonna bring you along for the journey. You know, I'm not going to tell you how it's done, because that wouldn't be any fun for you. Your amazement is what's so fun. The fact that I show you something and you go, wow, that's fulfilling for. I get this, oh, I achieved something. You get the amazing moment. How did you do that? Oh, they were fabulous. They had so much fun doing it, and instantly you could see the reaction at the end when they had the tools to start learning tricks. They were instantly trying to show each other how to do stuff or help each other. And that was the whole point, was to foster this friendship, this whole communication idea, the idea that it's self-fulfilling, that you feel good when you finish.
I really wish I knew magic. I felt good because I've never been able to do magic, and now I know that I can. I'd like to learn more about magic.
I thought it was kind of dumb, but now, like after when they came in, it looked really cool because he showed us how to do all the tricks. So now we can, if we practice them, then we can show our parents. And, it was just awesome. It was because I felt like I accomplished a big thing because I don't really do magic.
Yeah, I'm not really. I always thought it was really cool. I just wanted to know the secret to it. I thought it was gonna hurt, but then when I actually did it, it's happening so fast that I could barely feel it.
So it's strong. And I'm going to show you how strong it is. Whoa! Get the story. You got to get the story in there.
I'm gonna sharpen it. Wow, I can't believe I did that.
Oh, real tight, real tight. Pull that. Yeah, you pull. Oh, damn. Oh, Lord.
It makes me feel so good because I give them that little edge. I mean, you saw how they were laughing and interacting and screaming. Boy, you cannot buy a smile. I mean, it is just the most natural thing. And to see them having so much fun, that just made my day. It made my year. One of the best things is that they just interact with people better. They learn to be better people, because when we can talk to another person, when we can have fun with another person, we're going to be better people ourselves. I think learning magic really took me out of my shell. I was this introverted little kid who didn't do anything, didn't want to leave my room, let alone interact with other people. And as I started doing tricks and I got this feedback from people and this positive reinforcement, I felt so much better about myself, let alone about other people. If I can give back some semblance of taking their life back and getting something out of it, boy, that's worth millions and millions of dollars. I mean, to me, it's just, I've rescued someone.